All right, as you know, there are some really great healthy foods at Costco, but there are healthy Costco foods that you need to avoid, and here's what you want to buy instead. Today, we're walking the aisles of Costco to expose the health halo foods that sneak lectins, sugar, and industrial oils into your cart, and what to grab instead so you can protect your gut, your waistline, and your energy. Now, this is educational only. This is not medical advice. But here we go. From the best of the not so healthy foods to the worst. First of all, bagged salads and kits. Now, here's the trap. The greens may be fine, but the kit isn't. The dressings are usually loaded with the wrong kind of seed oils and sugar. The toppings are usually croutons, which contain gluten, tortilla strips, which contain corn lectins, beans, which contain lectins, and dried fruit, which, no offense, is full of sugar. So here's some red flags to look for. If you see soy, cottonseed oil, canola oil, sugar early on the label, croutons, tortilla strips, beans, or soy, just put it back. Now, remember, most bagged lettuces, salads, are not that great either. Most of these have been treated to avoid going bad quickly. And you don't want things like fresh lettuce that don't go bad. You actually want them to go bad. You should be eating them quickly. Now, there are some swaps. Get yourself organic arugula or spring mix. They're readily available. And then mix up your own toppings with extra virgin olive oil and red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar or apple cider vinegar. And then top your salad with avocados, olives, pistachios, walnut, goat or sheep feta, or wild salmon. You'll have your mix and eat it too. Now, number 2, dried fruits. Here's the trap. A handful is a sugar bomb. It's concentrated fructose, often added with sugar or fructose. Now, this drives fat production in the liver, number 1, and it also feeds bad bacteria in your gut. Yeah, they taste fantastic. That's the whole idea. Yeah, they're incredibly convenient. Who wouldn't want to munch on a dried papaya or dried mango? Please don't. So what do? Well, Costco has a lot of great swaps. They carry whole, fresh, seasonal fruit. Now, berries are the best, organic, obviously, or find freeze-dried berries or frozen berries with no added sugar or oil for the occasional crunch. Now, Costco does sell pomegranate seeds in season. And in fact, now's the season. So let them do the work for you. They also sell whole pomegranates. Now, getting the seeds out of pomegranates is fun and challenging, but I actually have a really easy device that pops all the seeds out of the pomegranates, and it's really fun to play with. Now, number 3, hummus. I'm sorry, the trap is that chickpeas are lectin rich. They are a legume. Now, most store hummus isn't pressure cooked. If you pressure cook chickpeas, they're perfectly safe. And most hummus in the grocery store or Costco isn't pressure cooked. And it's typically mixed with seed oils. There are some great swaps. Avocado guacamole for a dipping option. Or make hummus at home with pressure-cooked chickpeas. Number 4, protein powders. Now here's the trap. Many clean tubs hide whey from A1 dairy cows, soy or pea isolates high in lectins, artificial sweeteners, gum, and natural flavors. Now, unfortunately, whey from A1 cattle can aggravate sensitive guts. Unfortunately, there are papers that show that whey protein includes that funny sugar molecule Nu-5GC, which aggravates arthritis, aggravates inflammation, and it's in whey proteins. Now, be careful with soy or pea proteins. These are lectin dense. And the flavor systems and gums can absolutely disrupt your microbiome. Now, there are some red flags on the label. If you see whey protein or whey concentrate, if you see soy or pea protein, if you see ascorbate, potassium, sucralose, maltodextrin, carrageenan, gums, or natural flavors, it's probably not your friend. Now, are there Gundry-friendly swaps? Now, honestly, I have no protein powder recommendation at Costco to buy. Sorry. Why not pick up a jar of my Gundry MD Pro Plant for great gut buddy support, or just use a hemp-based protein powder? Number 5, protein and granola bars. Now, here's the trap. Protein bars are basically candy bars with great sounding words that sound healthy. For instance, oats. I'm sorry, oats are a grain that are loaded with lectins. And even the organic oats in this country have glyphosate and other weed killers and pesticides in them. Soy crisp. Sadly, soy is a lectin. Date paste. That's sugar, folks. Chicory root fibers is actually a good thing, but it's going to be way down the list. Watch out for seed oils and other natural flavors. So the big red flags: oats, oat syrup, brown rice syrup. That not only has lectins, but it's sugar. Soy protein crisp, protein blend. Look out for canola, soy oil, vegetable oils. Look out for date paste listed first. Look out for long flavor systems. Now, swaps, I personally like the Unreal dark chocolate coconut bars. I think they are far better than a granola bar for a snack. All right, this is going to break your heart. Number 6, rotisserie chicken at Costco. Now, here's the trap. It's an attractive price. The cooking has been done for you, but most market birds come pre-seasoned with starches, phosphates, flavor enhancers, and sometimes sugars and gum. The skin soaks it all in. These chickens were all fed an inflammatory diet and most likely tons of antibiotics. Now, what do you do for swaps? Just buy a plain whole chicken, ideally pasture-raised elsewhere, and roast it at home with extra virgin olive oil, lemon, and herbs. It's easy to roast a chicken at home. Yogurts and dairy. Now, here's the trap. If you see the words Greek, high protein, or keto, it can still be A1's cow's milk with gums, carrageenan, and sweeteners. Now, A1 casein is a gut irritant for most of my patients. If you see a flavored cup of yogurt, that means it's dessert, not yogurt. So the red flags that you should look for is milk from conventional cows, carrageenan, pectin, gums, natural flavors, cane sugar, or fruit on the bottom. Now, are there some swaps? Now, go to a different store and buy plain goat or sheep yogurt, which is A2 casein. There's no gums, there's no sugar. Just top it with cinnamon, chopped walnuts, and a drizzle of allulose or monk fruit if you want. Costco does have a lot of great hard cheeses made from goat's milk, sheep milk, or buffalo milk. Please avoid any American cheese product. Number 8, industrial animal fish proteins. Now here's the trap. These proteins use feedlot beef, conventional pork, and farm salmon to carry higher levels of omega-6 fats, residues, and often added phosphates in processed forms. For instance, in sausages and deli meats. Now, there are red flags to look for on the label. Color added, vegetable oil added, sodium phosphate, dextrose, that's another word for sugar, and solution injected. Now, are there swaps? Yeah, there are 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Be very, very careful with just the words grass-fed. There is no federal standard to define grass-fed. Legally, you could feed a cow grass for 1 day and then take it to a feedlot and feed it corn and soybeans the rest of its life and still label it grass-fed. Got to see grass-fed, grass-finished. But as I said before, this still is loaded with a mischievous sugar molecule called Nu-5GC. On the other hand, pasture-raised chickens and eggs and wild-caught seafood like sardines, mackerel, sockeye salmon, bison is Nu-5AC. Now, please choose plain, unseasoned cuts and season them at home with extra virgin olive oil, herbs, and mineral salt. Now, how about some more traps that look healthy? Oat and almond milks. Well, you can't get milk out of an oat, and you can't get milk out of an almond. So what do? These are ground up with emulsifiers and seed oils and added sugar to give that milky taste. Now, I'm sad to tell you that oat milk raises the glycemic load and can be cross-contaminated. In fact, oats have a protein that cross-react with gluten. So if you see gluten-free oats or gluten-free oat milk, do not believe it. I see the cross-reaction in my patients all the time. So what can you do? Well, you can swap out unsweetened coconut milk. Well, how about plant-based meats? Sadly, this is an ultra-processed food. They use soy and wheat isolates, which are lectin-containing. They use seed oils, flavors, and sadly, they're all contaminated with glyphosate. This is not a meat that you want to eat. Well, are there swaps for real food? Sure. Costco sells mushrooms. You can make a mushroom steak. They often sell whole portobello mushrooms. They're easy to grill and they taste steak-like. Now, what about the healthy snack foods? Now, here are the ones that look the healthiest, but certainly aren't. The veggie chips and straws. The Harvest Snap Pea Crisp. These are just another name for a lectin load. Any product that says granola. I'll say it again. Oats are made for fattening horses. Oats are glyphosate bombs. What about gummy fruit snacks? These are just sugar. Skinny popcorn. Popcorn is a lectin food. It's mostly starch plus seed oils. Now, veggie is a color, not a nutrient. So run away from these snacks. Now, there is a swap. There are seaweed snacks that are olive oil based. Or you can make kale chips baked at home with extra virgin olive oil. Kombucha. Now, kombucha is a great probiotic, prebiotic, postbiotic food, but beware. Most of the kombuchas at Costco are sweetened with large amounts of sugar to make them taste good. Every now and then, I do see a low-sugar kombucha at Costco, and I buy it. But most of the time, they don't sell well. So most of the time, Costco only stocks the really sugar one. Watch out for the sweetened tea drinks. Same problem here. Or look out for the no-calorie tea drinks that have been sweetened with sucralose or other artificial sweeteners. Brown rice and whole grain everything is another buyer beware. Now, whole grains carry lectins and spike glucose. So just because it sounds healthy, whole grain, wow, that sounds great. This is a lectin bomb, and I see it all the time in my patients. Now, are there swaps? Sure. Millet and sorghum have no lectins. Cauliflower rice or pressure-cooked quinoa is an occasional good choice. Well, what about the nut section? Watch out for peanut butter, cashew butter, pumpkin seeds. Peanuts are legumes with mold and lectin issues. Now, cashews are part of the poison ivy family and for many people very inflammatory. But there are some great nuts that you can buy at Costco. the macadamia nuts, the walnuts, the pistachio nuts, or if you can find it, almond butter made from peeled almonds. What about the frozen smoothie mixes? I'm sorry, these are sugar bombs. Well, what about the jarred tomato sauces and salsa? Just remember that tomatoes are part of the nightshade family. The skins and seeds are the troublemakers. Combine that with sugar and seed oils and you've got trouble. Now, what do? Well, you swap out pressure-cooked tomato sauces or peeled, seeded Italian varieties, or just make pesto with extra virgin olive oil. Speaking of pesto, Costco carries a fantastic pesto sauce, which is made from Italian basil. But buyer beware. About half of the year, it's made with extra virgin olive oil. The other half of the year, it's made with vegetable oils, obviously because of supply. So please read the back of the label. If it's made with extra virgin olive oil, buy it and freeze it in the refrigerator. But if it doesn't say made with extra virgin olive oil, stay away from it. All right, let's go to the cleaning products in Costco. Now, in general, please stay clear of almost all cleaning supplies at Costco, such as the detergents, the softeners, the cleansers. They're full of endocrine-disrupting chemicals, not to mention harmful fragrances. Now, once in a while, you do see them carry a non-toxic brand like ECO. So, in general, there are survival rules for shopping at Costco. If it has a health halo, flip it over. The ingredients matter much more than marketing. So there's 5 no's. No added sugar, no grains, no seed oils, no A1 dairy, no lectins, unless pressure cooked, peeled, or seeded. That's the first stop at being a smart shopper at Costco. Second, a short list of ingredients always wins. And if you can't read it or picture it growing, just leave it on the shelf. Now, you don't need a smaller cart. You need a smarter label. Build meals around real protein, polyphenol-rich fats, and low-lectin plants. And your gut and your genes will thank you. For my favorite things to buy at Costco, head to the Dr. Gundry YouTube channel and search Costco.